blah. Well, I'm Boris Johnson, and I know what I'm doing. Lockdown, even though COVID was just a couple of days in, blah. COVID, and get your jab, 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 jab. I got COVID twice, and yes, I'm still alive. He just talks absolute rubbish. Rubbish, I say. Rubbish. Jessica. Anyway, yeah, politics. To be fair, since the last one I did on politics, which is Pretty Patel's 888 number, in which we should all get it, like males, everyone, this new number. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since that video. I mean, I filmed it before two Conservative MPs died. No joke. So we might as well get all the Debbie Downer stuff out the way with, the dark and dismal, the doom and gloom. I don't want to sound like every other news outlet though, so I'm trying to make a little bit of light out of the deep dark cess that is basically life. But yes, we have lost two British politicians. Two British politicians. Yes, members of Parliament. We lost Sir David Ames, Conservative MP since 1968. Southend, Mr. Southend, they called him. He's been there ever since. He first came in 1968, and he's survived ever since. Really, he's highly loved and respected amongst the Conservative Party and even the Labour Party, and he'll be sadly missed, as will the other lad, and as will Colin Powell, the former US Secretary of State, who recently passed away due to COVID-19 complications of COVID-19. Jesus Christ, just America is gonna kill me. But yes, US Secretary of State, first African American US Secretary of State under George W. Bush's presidency, all passed away recently. So David Ames, unfortunately, was killed in a stabbing by a terrorist relating to Al-Shabaab or Al-Qaeda. And my thoughts and prayers and sympathies, condolences goes with Sir David Ames, Colin Powell, etc. Anyway, on to the politics. There's been a lot that's happened. We've got discussions on climate change, the boiler situation, which, in my opinion, I feel like we shouldn't be changing these new boilers. Yes, I understand the message. We've got to make the world eco-friendly by 2050, as well as give global healthcare to every nation. Good luck with America, because it's big as fuck. Honestly, it's big as fuck. Good luck giving you Americans global healthcare. I really feel bad for you. Your healthcare system is very, very poor, and I would love to help you out. Honestly, I would, in any way, shape, or form. But just gotta hope for the best. You gotta hope for the best. It will happen. Just tinker around with the current healthcare system that you've got. Maybe find something, some avenue. I'm being a bit optimistic. Anyway, back to the UK. Yeah, this new boiler situation. Former Green Party leader, I think, discussed it. I don't really think we should be scrapping these old boilers and bringing in new boilers, because although they're eco-friendly, what's the point in scrapping old boilers if they're great and work right? It's a bit like when we decided, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to trade arms with Saudi Arabia, and they're going to bomb a shitload of Yemenis kids. But not just that, we're also going to give China all our PPI, our all the stuff to fight the coronavirus. Let's give it to the birthplace of coronavirus. yeah, let's give it to Xi Jinping. Great. Because we didn't really need all that equipment, didn't we? We really shot ourselves in the foot, didn't you, Boris? Didn't you, Boris? Anyway, yeah, the new climate change situation. I do understand why we want to do it, and even former Vice President of the United States, Al Gore, discussed climate change. Yes, the creator of the mighty moonworm, man, bear, pig. He done. You know what? He actually had a pretty good interview. I could listen to Al Gore all day. But anyway, enough wanking over Al Gore. I found it to be just, yeah. I don't feel like we are going to accomplish these goals by 2050. Global healthcare is going to be impossible because America is too fucking big, and as well, what's your option? Plunge every nation into trillions of dollars of debt? That's not going to work. And Jesus, the environmentally friendly. I like the message, but we've never done it since. We've never really bothered since. Why are we bothering now? We didn't bother back then. Why bother now? And plus, not many people are going to get rid of everything that is going on, these harmful gases. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's probably a way to combat the energy crisis, the food crisis, the gas crisis, the Christmas crisis. The key needs to socialise with his family crisis. You know what I mean? It's just daft. It's just really daft and silly. That's just all I'll kind of say on the climate change thing. President Biden is coming to Glasgow, Scotland, to do a big meeting around the subject of climate change, and make accomplishing the 2050 goal imposed by the United Nations. Whether or not our leader is going to go to it, we'll yet to see. Didn't even attend the other fucking meeting that President Biden called upon him, so I would have been there. Anyway, other things, assisted suicide, we're potentially going to legalise that. I think we should legalise it, not just for a fear of overpopulation, because yes, you've got to think about overpopulation. It's still a worry. Yes, I know COVID's around and it's probably just decreased that chances a little bit, just a tad, but still happens. I feel like if people want to have it legalized, and let it be legalized, and also it's cheaper. If we legalize it, then nobody has to go jetting off to Switzerland or Canada or Oregon or Spain just so they can die. It's just like, I know it's pretty dark and grim and nihilistic of me to say, to promote and kind of advocate and legalize, killing our own species, but at the same time, if they're desperately terminally ill and all that, then they should be given the choice if they want to, die peacefully. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm honestly not. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I'm looking at the things, right? I'm looking at the idea. Could you imagine the amount of cost it would be less for it to be legalised in the UK than it is to just jet off and go to Switzerland, etc., on top of, adapting to the COVID situation and all that stuff. you know, it's just going to be a pain. So why not legalise it here? This is the first time the first time the UK government's discussed it in 6 years. So yeah, that's my opinion. Legalise it. I know it's dark, I know it's grim, I know it's very nihilistic of me to promote that stuff, but hey, it's cheaper and it's their choice, At the end of the day, if they want to die, I understand why it's illegal in a lot of places. I understand why it's illegal here, but you could kind of see the other reason why it probably should be legal. Cheaper. Cheaper. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on about that too long. I want to kind of bring on some lighter subjects now. And really, COVID cases are rising up. I feel like we should bring back mandatory face masks and social distancing. I've been social distancing before social distancing was even a thing, dog. But yeah, that's what I'd say if I got my wig on, and I got my sass. In your face, talk to the finger, 'cause the face ain't listening. But yeah, that's what I'd say. Not the sass, but mandatory face masks, social distancing. We need the rules and regulations back, because now that everyone has, basically, they don't have to wear the face masks as much. Nobody, obviously, everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to wear these now. I feel like they should. I feel like face masks should be mandatory for every situation, because you're always going to end up being in a big pile of people, and you might as well have the mask with you. But it's alright for me, because I'm a fucking introvert, Fuck the people! Fuck the people! I'm living in the fucking forest. I'm going to live with the fucking animals. I'm gonna wear a leaf on me knob. And on me tits. Fuck's sake. But yeah, and then another one, Matt Hancock, he recently withdrew a UN job application to be the health secretary for African nations fighting the COVID pandemic. Could you imagine? He's already fucking flopped here. Here's his sacking, dramatic recreation. Use that GCSE A star. There's like, hey babes, hey Gina, hey babes. What you say? We do a bit of kissy kissy, you know what I mean, babes? You know what I mean? And Gina was just like, oh, Matt, yeah, but what if we get caught? No worries, babes. I got this under control. My bojo, my gaffer ain't gonna fire us. He ain't gonna fire us, sweetheart. Now come here, dog. Come here. Oh yeah. I get myself too into that shit. Anyway, but yeah, Matt Hancock, who is, it's amazing, because he's useless. Unlike the genitalia he's named after, he's useless. At least with a fucking cock, there's use to it. You know what I mean? You can get it bigger. You can stick it in which hole. 3 for a woman, 2 for a man. And you just go away. You just pound away. Matt Hancock, fucking hell, he's useless. He puts a shame on the word cock. He shouldn't be called Matt Hancock. He needs a name change, because he's a disappointment to the word cock. But yeah, he withdrew the UN application. Great. What's next? They're going to get Dominic Cummings to be in the UN. I know what we'll do, the UN says. We'll bring in the failures of the UK government. Yeah, we'll bring in them failures, alright. Half expect Boris Johnson to get a gig. Oh, yeah. That's my thoughts on the politics. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit.